Curfew lifted in Guwahati as normalcy returns fast to Assam. Train services gradually resume. Internet services yet to be restored. Protests against Amended Citizenship Act continue in Assam. Chief of State Police says vandalism will not be tolerated. Supreme Court asks petitioners on police action against the anti-car protesters to approach high courts. Curfews relaxed in Meghalaya but reimposed as precautionary measure. And Lieutenant General Manoj Mukund Naravane to be the next Army Chief. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Hansraj, and now the details. In news from Northeast first, in Assam, curfew was lifted in Guwahati this morning following further improvement in the law and order situation. Restriction on broadband services was also lifted. However, suspension of mobile internet will remain in place till 9 a.m. tomorrow. Chief Public Relations Officer of the Northeast Frontier Railway, Subhanand Chanda, said all efforts are on to fully normalize the train services in the state. He said 8 passenger trains are running within the state today. However, train services to West Bengal have not yet started due to the present scenario. Chanda said the only inconvenience being faced by passengers is in e-ticketing and tracking due to suspension of internet. On the other hand, flight services have also been operationalized in all the 10 airports in Northeast.
Special trains, one to Farkating, one to Dibrugarh. And on 15th also we ran one special train up to Dimapur to clear the stranded passengers. Then railways had opened one medical assistance window to help the passengers. Then with association with other NGOs and other groups, we have also tried to provide some food to the stranded passengers so that they don't feel they are not troubled.
On the other hand, talking exclusively to DD News, Assam Tourism Director Devakumar Mishra said no tourist was harassed during the current spat of anti-car agitation in the state, though many of them were stranded. The department has taken all possible measures to provide help to help them and also assured incoming tourists of a comfortable stay in Assam.
Mumbai, they are in Majuli. Now today they have come to Guwahati. Now they are in local sightseeing. And they, at that period, particular period, they were in Majuli, and they were more or less of no idea. They had no idea that such disturbance took place. Even they were very safe in Majuli. Today I met them. Now today they are just doing their local sightseeing, and they will be catching tomorrow evening flight to Mumbai. And even today we have 2 tourists, Austrian tourists. They came from Vienna. I mean, we sent them to Manas. They are in Manas. So this is not the fact that, there were some tourists, they got stranded, but most of the tourists, and particularly I say, and I am very happy to say you, that during these protests, no tourists were harassed by anybody. There were no tourists were harassed by anybody, and there were no incidents even. When this sort of thing, they got the news, obviously there are frequent queries, because always the first time, particularly first time tourists, they have the fear that whether this place is Assam is safe now at this moment. So now first our effort to be to build the confidence. So now we are getting frequent number of calls, frequent number of mails. During this pending mails, always we are taking, and we are just sending mails that you can come, don't postpone. Just come and feel free, and tourists are safe, and there are no harm to be caused here.
Meanwhile, the Guwahati High Court today passed an order directing the Assam government to consider restoration of internet services, both mobile internet services and broadband, from 3 this afternoon. After hearing 4 PILs and considering the difficulties faced by people, a division bench comprising Chief Justice Ajay Lamba and Justice Asinta Bujar Borua passed the order directing the state government to consider the restoration of internet services. The order also said that while restoring the services, the authorities should take into consideration the input of the prevailing situation. The court fixed December 19th as the next date of hearing. The PILs were filed by journalist Ajit Kumar Bhuiyan, advocate Bonashri Gogoi and others on suspension of internet services. On the other hand, in an exclusive interview to DD Assam, Director General of Police Bhaskar Jyoti Mohanto said that those involved in vandalizing public property will not be spared and stringent punishment will be meted out to them as per law. The DGP said police have identified many miscreants involved in violent incidents and are zeroing in on them. He appealed to the youth to help police identify those behind the violent incidents by providing inputs.
কৰি পেলাই কৈছে যে আমুকটো ঘটনা কৰ এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কেতিয়াও ভুল নগৈ যে শান্তিটো অব্যাহত ৰাখি যদি আগবাঢ়িব পাৰে খুব ভাল হয় মোৰ ডেকা বন্ধু সকলেও যাতে সেইটোৰ ওপৰত বিশেষ ধৰণেৰে গুৰুত্ব দিয়ে আৰু আমাকো সহায় কৰে আমাক কক ক'বাত যদি দুষ্কৃতিকাৰী তেনেকে ওলাইছে তেতিয়া হলে মই অতি সোনকালে এটা ওয়েবসাইট লগতে হেৰিও তাত আমাক আপলোড কৰিবলৈ মই এটা এপিল কৰিছো যে কোনোবা এনেকুৱা পালে আমাক ইমিডিয়েটলি জনাব মই টেলিফোন নাম্বাৰটা দি পেলাই এটা এডভাৰটাইজমেন্ট দিবলৈ দিছো আহক ডেকা বন্ধু সকল আপোনালোকৰ আবেগ আমি শ্ৰদ্ধা কৰো আবেগক মতে আপোনালোকে যদি আন্দোলন কৰিব বিচাৰে কৰক কিন্তু শান্তিপূৰ্ণভাৱে আৰু তাৰ লগত আমি কম্প্ৰমাইজ নকৰিম দুষ্কৃতিকাৰী সকলৰ প্ৰতি মই হকিয়নি এটা দিছো সাৱধান কাকো এৰাই দিয়া নহব কোনো হাৰি যাব নোৱাৰিব
Meanwhile, protests against the amended Citizenship Act continued across Assam today. In Guwahati, thousands joined the Satyagraha organized by the All Assam Students Union, which entered its second day today. Protesters from different parts of the city converged in Lota Hill playground and marched towards the Deputy Commissioner's office. Police prevented and detained. The Assam branch of Indian Association also joined the Satyagraha. The Assam Jatiyatawadi Yuva Chhatra Parikhod observed a mass hunger strike program today. The rank and file of the Parikhod gathered on SB Deora College campus where they held their program. In a related development, the Supreme Court today said high courts should be approached first on pleas alleging police atrocities on persons protesting against the amended Citizenship Act. The court also asked as to how buses were burned during the protests. A bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde commenced a hearing on pleas, including that of Alumni Association of Jamia Millia Islamia University. The bench said it does not want to spend time knowing facts and the petitioner should go to courts below first. In Meghalaya, the administration today relaxed a curfew in East Khasi Hills district, Shillong. The curfew was relaxed under Lumdingri and Sadar police stations from 6 in the morning to 7 in the evening. Earlier on Monday, curfew was re-promulgated from 7 p.m. in areas under 2 police stations in the Meghalaya capital and will be in force until further orders from the East Khasi Hills district magistrate. Curfew was re-promulgated as a precautionary measure, although no incidents of violence was reported from any part of the state capital on Monday. On the other hand, protests against the amended Citizenship Act continue in Meghalaya. The Khasi Students Union, in collaboration with several organizations, including people and students from Assamese community, on Monday organized a rally demanding scrapping of the Act and implementation of inner line permit system in the entire Northeast. It was held at the Krishti Kendra in Dhankheti, Shillong. Meanwhile, the opposition Congress has raised a demand for resignation of Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma and fresh polls for its role in passage of the Citizenship Act. Addressing a press meet in Shillong, leader of opposition and former Chief Minister Mukul Sangma said the NPP, which is heading the government in the state, has misinterpreted and misrepresented the stand of the people by supporting the act in Parliament.
implemented in Meghalaya. That is the voice here. Whereas our voice is that Assam Accord should be implemented fully in Assam. And as a matter of fact, ILP, that is according to NESO and us, ILP should be implemented in all these 7 northeastern states.
This bill will differentiate. It seeks to divide us. That there are 2.5 crore Bangladeshi Hindus ready to come into India. What is our population? A few lakhs. Not even crores, a few lakhs. Now if 2.5 crore Bangladeshi Hindus come into our state, then where do we accommodate them?
On the 19th, the special session of the assembly will be held, and a very small and short resolution will be passed in the how that the legislative Meghalaya Legislative Assembly urge the Home Ministry and the Government of India to
Lieutenant General Manoj Mukund Naravani will be the next Chief of Army Staff, helming the 1.3 million strong force. He will take over from General Bipin Rawat on December 31st. He is currently serving as Vice Chief of the Army. Army Chief General Bipin Rawat is due to retire on December 31st after a 3-year stint. In his 37 years of service, Lieutenant General Naravani has served in numerous command and staff appointments in peace, field and highly active counter-insurgency environments in Jammu and Kashmir and the Northeast. He has also commanded a Rashtriya Rifles Battalion in Jammu and Kashmir and an infantry brigade on the Eastern Front. And finally, India opener Smriti Mandhana was today named in both the International Cricket Council's ODI and T20 teams of the year, capping off a memorable season. Mandhana has Jhulan Goswami, Poonam Yadav and Sekha Pandey for company in the ODI team of the year and all-rounder Dipti Sharma in the T20 side. Mandhana has played 51 ODIs and 66 T20s for India, besides a couple of test matches. She has a combined tally of 3,476 runs in T20s and ODIs. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in.